we talked last time we met was in Poland, 2018, November, right after the Denis match.
Yeah.
How Denis match changed you?
Yeah, I think that when I look back at my entire career, no single match has affected me as much as that one match. I, since then, have really wrapped my mind around two theories, which I kind of absorbed there. So what I really realized is, like, there's levels, okay? And the level of strength that Denis had me beat by was so significant. And I walked away from that match really having a really firm grasp on reality, understanding that if I want to be relevant in the super heavyweight division, this level of strength is something that I kind of have to try and work towards more than I had before. Like, I'm always working on my strength, obviously, but I thought I was kind of close-ish, not close. So what I tried to do is I tried to really absorb things from that culture. So in North America, we're very much no pain, no gain, work hard, you know, at the end of the workout, you should be smashed to bits.
Yeah.
And I've really abandoned those theories. I've tried to work more with no failure. So when I train, I haven't failed really in the whole time since Poland, basically, except for like the odd time when I'm messing around. But no failure, and I really try and feel good all the time. I try and work off periodization, 3s, 10s, and I've done these blocks basically since then. So it's been like a year and a half of this. My graph has been amazing when it comes to strength. All my numbers have gone up really well. I'm bigger, I'm stronger. Yeah.
Do you have some way of testing you other than arm wrestling? You know, sometimes gym.
Yeah.
Do you have some lifts that you just like, okay, this is my lift. If I get better here, I feel...
Yeah, for sure.
And you direct it to the table.
Yes, everything that I do in the gym
is directly.
Yeah. I do go to the gym now
for overall stuff, but
and not even like, I mean, I'm going just like to make sure that I don't turn into a cripple earlier, you know.
Yeah.
But everything I do is specifically for arm wrestling, and I focus on the basics, the fundamentals so much. Just, you know, cupping, various forms of cupping, pronation, and really we can have a longer discussion, but really those are the two, in my opinion, most important things: cupping, pronation, especially for my style. And every day I'm trying to just, you know, slide those numbers
just a little bit,
just tiny, yeah. And over the course of a year and a half, I've had really good success. Yeah.
I think like that no pain, no gain mentality has been brought in just in society. Everyone's at one point everyone's like, no pain, no gain.
Yeah.
And then you saw people dying.
Yeah.
Some people just died, you know. And you some people, like you say, become like not cripples, but you know, and it's like they're ending their careers young. So it's better to be healthy.
Oh yeah.
You go hard when you need to go hard.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you go hard on table. We know that.
No Pain, No Gain, I think, was popularized by movies, by, just kind of Western culture. But it's terrible. It's a terrible idea.
It works to some extent. I always know that for younger guys, it works to some extent. Because
everything works for younger guys.
Of course.
So
yeah. But more you are into sport, more you have injuries, more you have everything. You need to take care of yourself. Yeah. That's very good to hear.
And the body doesn't need too much stimulus. It needs the right amount of stimulus.
Yeah.
And anything over that stimulus is just damage. Yeah, it just slows down your progression.
We usually have these discussions with Janis and Jim, like for years we have trained almost everything, and when something is not working, you just need to find the right exercise just to activate it.
That's it.
It's right there.
Yep.
And it's sometimes it will be like these huge jumps that in one time in gym you can do this exercise 20 kilos and next time 60.
Yeah.
Because you activated it.
Right. They woke up.
We have everything. Yeah. So in arm wrestling, you train, for a long time, and then you just need to activate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as well, you can't think that because I train harder, my body's gonna adapt faster.
Yeah.
Your body can only adapt at a certain rate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that should be. I mean, patience is important.
When you pile too much on something, it's because like you go to training practice, you practice super good, you do some exercise, next practice you shit, you're like, what happened? You just added something on something, and that's it. Yeah. Arm wrestling is, I think it's a long journey. It's one of those sports when it's very hard to figure out everything about training.
Yeah.
Yeah. More you are into, less you know.
Yeah.
You get messed up. You just and there are things that work for different periods.
Yes.
This worked. You take it back. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
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 So when we're putting it other strength sports, it's easy. Powerlifting, they have methodics. It works. Weightlifting works. Arm wrestling, we're just like.
Well, we have so many choices in arm wrestling. Yeah. Like even though it's like a single appendage kind of fight, I mean, there's so many different vectors.
Yeah. Shout out to
There's so many things that we can choose to give away. That you know, it makes it a fascinating sport. Yeah. But I always come back to the same things though. I do dance around all these ideas.
Yeah. But there are some things you feel that work for you.
Table time. You can't get. I don't care what you do. You can't stay away from the table for too long.
Yeah.
You know.
You will lose your feel.
Yeah. Like you can. There's periods when you can take months and just. But you got to come back. You got to come back to the table, and I think that you can't stay too far away from the cup. I don't care what style you do. Like you should be really good here, and you should be really good here. Like I don't know. Those are things that I find so consistent throughout my entire 25 years, you know.
Back pressure or side pressure?
Back.
Give me percentage.
So the way that I look at arm wrestling is it's about a few things. When you want to do the most damage possible to a person, like when I'm arm wrestling, the worst thing that can happen to me is just to have it move further away from me. Okay? The further the match is away from me, everything is terrible. And so when somebody goes to the side too early, it kind of locks them into a place that they might not be happy. I feel like side pressure is the end of the sweep. Most attacks are done in a sweep, right? You start off going to the back and then it finishes at the side. And when you run out of hand, then you have to come back and you get back onto the root of back pressure. I think back pressure keeps you healthy. It's more anatomically sound, so that means when you fail, you don't have an injury. To me, side pressure is kind of a short-sighted style, but I've played with side pressure over and over and over in my career. It's an end piece, it's a health piece. Arm wrestling is about bringing the match close to you.
I would say back pressure over side pressure.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And any style requires back pressure.
Yes.
Even so, it's always argument like Todd Hutchings. He uses hell of a back pressure whenever he's
got to.
He's got to, because if you're not holding this angle, it doesn't matter how you know.
No, the match will be away from you, and all that side pressure.
Yeah. And me and Jans, we are again having these talks that we somehow, I don't know, not spoiled community, but a little messed it up, because we sometimes put lifts where we do some side pressure training.
Yeah.
Because those lifts are for us, they're impressive. We feel good, you know.
Yeah.
And everyone thinks that's what we're doing. No. Most of it, 60-70%.
Oh man, 60-70.
More.
I mean, when I talk about side pressure percentages,
5-10 from training.
One. Maybe 1%.
Okay,
like almost basically nothing.
Yeah.
Like I play with it from time. Yeah. Like side pressure is one of those things. When I look at everything, I'll have like a blip where I'll do it a bit, a blip.
Yeah.
But it's basically nothing. Yeah. Side pressure is the end of everything.
You do it too much, put too much stress on your elbow, and you cannot do anything else. Yeah. Yeah, thanks.
Very
This is what I wanted to get out of you.
Very small.
I did the same interview with Engin because people are like the our little bit of our culture and Ryan's culture.
Yeah.
Because you know.
No, it's a tiny piece of arm wrestling. It's the smallest piece basically. When people's early in their career, they tend to fall in love with side pressure earlier. I did the same thing. And you will go through a period when you can get tremendously strong. Match stops, doesn't matter where it is, boom, okay? It's gonna blow.
Yeah, at some point.
It's going to.
Yeah.
It's not like when, it's like, you don't see guys, 10 years, 15 years into sport really be able to do that, okay? And there's a reason. Yeah. But you can back pressure, yes, forever, forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the way is, I think, if you can get through the first 5 years of your career without blowing your arm, your chance of blowing it goes down more and more and more.